The way you do this is you just take any notebook and you just repeat the same line over and over and over again. I take certain belief that I want to install in my mind and I write it 25 times every day for at least 2 weeks. I've done this with many different types of beliefs. Are you ready to rewire your mind for success and happiness? Today's session is all about that. Rewiring your mind from limiting beliefs to new empowering convictions. In the last video, we talked about the most common beliefs that we can find at the root of the vast majority of people's problems. I am not enough, I am different so I can't connect, and I want something and it's not available to me. Today, we're going to talk about how we can use our conscious mind to rewire our thoughts and our beliefs so that we can have better thoughts that will align with the dreams and with the life that we want to create. One of the rules of the mind is that the mind learns by repetition. Do you remember in elementary school how many times did you repeat the multiplication tables? Exactly, and that is why we learned them by repeating them over and over again. The brain has a characteristic that is called neuroplasticity, and that allows for the brain to create new neural connections every time we learn something new. Every time we think a new thought, a new neural pathway is created, and the old one, when we stop thinking about it, it just withers and dies. That is why the brain is super powerful and we can change as we want if we change our thinking. The best way to install new powerful beliefs in our mind is to repeat them over and over.
The best way to install new powerful beliefs in our mind is to repeat them over and over.
One of the ways to do it is by writing it down. The way you do this is you just take any notebook and you just repeat the same line over and over and over again. I take certain belief that I want to install in my mind and I write it 25 times every day for at least 2 weeks. I've done this with many different types of beliefs, financial beliefs that I want to have, to characteristics about myself that I want to believe, to loving thoughts about myself and about life. The key is to do it over long periods of time so you can allow your brain to rewire itself and to create new neural connections. This is the last one that I've been using, and this is solely for reaching my financial goals. So all of these beliefs are related to wealth, to success, to achieving my goals. Every belief, I write it for at least 2 weeks until I feel that it's completely installed in my life. Every person can do it their own way, but this is the most powerful technique, and as you can see, it is very simple and everybody can use it to rewire our minds and to stop thinking old beliefs and install new empowering ones instead. Another way to use repetition to install new empowering beliefs is by reading the phrases. So this time, instead of writing it, you're going to read them. So what I do is I like to either print them out or write them down in post-it notes and stick them all over my house wherever I can see them. I stick them on my bathroom mirror, on my bedroom mirror. Every time I go see myself in the mirror, I have to read these new powering beliefs that I want to install in my mind. I have them on my car. I have them on my screensaver in my computer. I even have them on my phone. Wherever you feel you're going to read them, put them there and just make it a habit that every time you pass through that space in your house, you read them out loud so that you tell your mind that this is a belief that you want to acquire. And finally, another way to write it down, but not in the same way as repeating it in the notebook, is by using keywords and phrases as passwords. We have tons of passwords and we need to write them over and over again, and most of the times there are so many different requirements for passwords that we forget them. So instead, just take a couple of phrases that you want to install in your own mind and take them and use them as passwords for your email account, for whatever apps you use, or for whatever else you need to use a password for. This will create repetition in your mind because usually we need to write these passwords over and over again. In the last video, we talked about 3 main limiting beliefs. I already mentioned it. I'm not enough, I'm different so I can't connect, and I want something that is not available to me. Once you have identified either having these beliefs or any other beliefs that are limiting and that are hindering your success, it is crucial that you pay close attention and be very mindful of the thoughts that you are thinking, so that if you catch yourself thinking again these thoughts, you can stop, you can cancel them out, and you can replace them for new empowering ones. Sometimes it can be hard to know what empowering beliefs we want to have. So because of that, and because I want to help you and make it easier for you, I'm going to give you a few examples of the new empowering beliefs that you can use to write them down, to read them, or to use as your passwords, so you can replace and eliminate the 3 previous ones we've talked about. To replace limiting beliefs, the most common and easiest thing to do is to just go for the opposite of that thought. So for example, if the belief is I am not enough, the obvious belief would be I am enough. If you have a limiting belief that says I am not successful enough, you can change that for I love where I am and I am capable of anything and everything. If you have a limiting belief that says I'm not wealthy enough, you could say I am worthy just for being me. If you have another limiting belief that says I'm not thin enough, you could say my body is perfect and capable of reaching my desired weight. If you've ever felt that you're different and you can't connect, then you can start thinking thoughts like I am unique and that makes me interesting. I can connect if I decide to. I am happy with who I am. There's nobody in the world like me and that makes me interesting. I am unique and there's a reason why I am here. If you have ever believed that there's something that you want and it's not available to you, then you can start by thinking thoughts like there's a world of abundance and there is availability for everyone. If I can think of it, then I can have it. I am worthy of love, abundance, success, and whatever else you want to be or you want to have. I can achieve whatever I set myself to achieve. I am capable and deserving. I deserve to be happy and to thrive. So to recap, in this video we learned how to rewire our brains consciously, using our conscious mind and taking advantage of the fact that the mind learns by repetition. In the next video, we're going to experience how we can rewire limiting beliefs using our subconscious mind. So I'm going to guide you through a short session of hypnosis that you can listen to every day for at least 21 days, again, because of repetition, so you can rewire your mind just by listening. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe.